Well guys, I just figured I'd show you where I'm at with the log cabin. And if you saw that last part of the video where I had the writing talking about the notches and how it mattered if the log was thinner or what, see how this notch is really wide? I needed to kind of cut it differently as I went to get the log to fit perfectly on it. And it's the same thing on like a corner like this. See, the log is much wider. The notch is a little bit different than that other notch, and it is much easier because the logs are not all exactly the same, and they've got some curvatures to them. And as you set the log in the notch, you may find there's a big gap. It's elevated. You might have to cut the notch, lift it up and cut the notch more. So each notch is kind of individually done. So just figured I'd show that. I'm putting some right now I'm getting ready to put some spike nails in these corners here just to secure it a little bit. I tried putting the spike nails in the corner, just nailing them right in, and as you can see, the logs are too hard, especially good red oak logs like this. They're way too hard. The nails just don't hold up. So I have to pre-drill the holes. You could use a cordless drill for the pre-drilling the holes. I have a corded drill that I'm plugging into my gas generator over there. It's kind of a pain. I wish I could just nail the nails right in, but you have to pre-drill the holes or your nails get bent up just like this, as you can see. So I'll show you guys a little bit of the process. All right guys, so I'm just using a simple corded drill, Walmart wood drill bit. It was about $5 for a pack of them, so might have to get another pack at some point. I try to clear out the dust when I'm doing it first, and then basically I just drill. We'll see if we can get a good, oh, that might be a good angle right there to show you guys how it's done. Yeah, very simple. I don't know how loud the generator is going to be in the background, but basically I try to find a thick spot just to give the log a little more secure. Somewhat thick. The nails, you know, there seems like a good spot. All right, and you know, it doesn't really matter exactly 100% how you put the spikes in there. I like to put them on just a little bit of an angle. I kind of like to stagger them, but you can put them straight next to each other if you want. I prefer to do it in a thicker section of the log, just in case the middle section, which is the weak point of the log, cracks at any point. So that's just my thoughts in my head. I have no expertise in this, so that's just my thoughts in my head on why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. But basically, you just throw your spikes in there. Just give it a little more secure. And truthfully, the old timers out in the plains and stuff, they might not have even used spikes, but I think it's important to use spikes. Main reason I just like to have spikes is I want this thing to be here in, you know, 50 years or 100 years possibly, and also earthquake protection. Sounds kind of funny, but this area is along the New Madrid Fault, so just something to consider. So that's how it's done, guys. You can get them as flush as you want. And then basically I already like to have the logs pre-cut just to fit the next one on top. So I already pre-cut the notches on this log, as you can see how it's laying. I already pre-cut the notch so it fits, and I pre-cut the notch over there. So I'm going to go around all these logs, all 4 corners, and nail them. And then I'm just going to slide these logs, and then I'm going to cut the tops of these logs to fit the next logs that are going to come in. So you can see these are rounded right now. I'll be V-cutting these based on the next log that I need to stack. So anyway, it's a work in progress. You can see I've got quite a bit going here. I've got, after I put these logs in, that'll be 10 logs. I have 11th log up there, but it's a little thinner, and I've got some thicker logs up the hill that I'm going to use first. I'm also going to go around and put linseed oil on the top of this. I use a roller for that, regular paint roller. I had it sitting over here. Paint roller to put the linseed oil on the logs, just makes it a little bit faster. But anyway, just figured I'd give you guys a final update on where I'm at with everything. That 3rd log will slide right into place. This log over here will slide into place, and I'll have 3 on both sides, and then I'll have to skin a few more logs for the next section. So it's coming along good. It's actually coming along a lot better than I thought. I'm gonna put the door about right here. So I'm actually gonna have to notch this out and use some of those square pieces I cut earlier in the video. Here's one of them. And I'll also have to drill those and put some spikes in them. When you're doing a section that's doesn't have an end notch, it's very important to have a secure section for the logs to sit on, because they're, they don't have an end piece like these to hold them in place quite as well. So anyway, just figured I'd show you guys where I'm at, give you kind of update on everything, and I'll keep making update videos as I build more. And another thing to know, guys, I also like to pre-cut the notches like this and set the log up on top like this first before I put the spikes in the corners, because that way I can put linseed oil real good in here and real good in the inside of these logs. I do the bottom side of the logs first, roll them into place, and then I do the top side of the logs with the linseed oil. So just another tip, that's what I do. Everyone might have different strategies if they build a log cabin. Not saying everyone watching is building, but I'm trying to give people an idea on tricks and things that help me. So that's why I cut the notches first before I put the spikes in, and that way I can put linseed oil in the gaps, which is important because these gaps, they have some air in there. They're going to get moisture in there possibly. You're going to really want to put a lot of chinking, whether it's clay or cement, inside of these gaps as you build the log cabin. You can see this log was a lot shorter, so that was something I had to deal with. This log's longer, the next log will be longer, so I'll have a short piece in there. This is still very strong because that's an extremely thick log. In fact, it was the thickest log I used yet. So that's why this custom cutting of the corners works better, because certain logs you just have to make adjustments for. If they're a little short, which this one was just maybe 4 or 5 inches probably too short, because the other side sticks out a little, not much, but if it had 4 more inches, that'd be about perfect. Plus some of these logs have curves. This log's got a curve. That log over there's got a curve, so you got to adjust to different things, like I said, different widths and things like that. So anyway, I figure that's probably good for the update video. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and God bless. Well guys, doing some of the linseed oil here. My Amish friend has told me that this stuff is highly flammable. If you like put it in some shop rags and leave it out in the sun. So just something to consider if you're using it. It's, you know, it's not flammable like oil, but basically I try to get as much sawdust out of there as I can, but it won't hurt. This stuff just kind of waterproofs the logs. It does have a nice look to it, kind of like a varnish. In fact, most of your deck products have linseed oil in them. You know, all your stains and things that you get at the hardware store, most of them have linseed oil in them. But it's a nice red, shiny look to it when you get it on the logs. You know, I kind of love the look of it, honestly. It's just very I don't know. But anyway, just figured I'd show you guys the process. I use this smaller roller for the ends of the logs just because I can get in the gaps a little better. It kind of came with the kit. This is just a Dollar General roller kit. But anyway, I go over these insides of these logs as I stack them. You can see I've already got the spikes in this one, in this corner here. This stuff will slowly dry and soak into the log and give it a little bit of a waterproof coat to it. Also helps keep the moisture in and prevent cracking, things like that. But anyway, just figured I'd show you guys this. And I'm going to go over the top of these logs too. I usually do the bottom side as I lift them up, and then I do the top side after I put the spikes in, and I do the insides, the bottom side where the notch is at of these logs before I've set them back in there. And that's why I have I pre-cut the notches on both the end and that log. So anyway, just figured I'd show you guys the linseed oil, talk about it a little bit, and you know, hopefully this is just some pointers and things for someone to know if they're building a log cabin. You ready for your treat? See it? See it? See it? Nice catch. Nice catch. We'll give you one more for the show. One more, boy. See it? Nice. Very nice. Good boy. Good boy.